morning, KPMS. Today is B-Day.
Here's all the news for Friday, November 6th.
If you are interested in joining Drama Club, please remember to return your audition forms to Mrs. Osborne, Mr. DeWolf, or Mr. Jones no later than November 12th.
Applications will not be accepted after this date. If you didn't get an application and are interested in joining, you should see Mrs. Osborne in room 303 today.
Vocal instructions will take place for all these auditioning today in the auditorium from 3 to 4:30 p.m. At the meeting, you will learn the audition songs and receive your audition script. Auditions will be held on November 12th and 13th.
See Mrs. Osborne, Mr. DeWolf, or Mr. Jones if you have any questions.
Thank you to all who donated the Student Council Sock and Blanket Drive. We will be donating 30 blankets to the homeless population on the streets of Boston. We also will be sending 338 pairs of new socks to Boston Healthcare for the homeless. Congratulations to Mr. Keogh's homeroom and Mr. Cowell's homeroom for their amazing participation. You will be awarded with an ice cream treat next week. More details will be sent soon. This has been a great start for our season of giving.
The Plainville powerhouses continue to rock the reading world.
During Term 1, Miss Stoller's top 5 readers all reside in Plainville.
Congratulate these word wizards when you see them in the house.
Hi, I'm Nick Bush. I read 6 books and 2,371 pages.
I'm Molly Smith. I read 7 books and a total number of 2,660 pages.
I'm Steve Mattel. I read 10 books and a total of 3,168 pages.
I'm Leanna Rolfe, and I read 6 books, and I read a total number of pages of 3,301.
And in first place is me, Nick Sorrell. I read 8 books and a total number of 4,377 pages.
The Art Club meets every Wednesday from 2:20 to 3 o'clock in the art room.
Students can take the late bus home. New members are always welcome.
Once again, the Student Council is running its annual Thanksgiving food drive.
As always, food collected will be donated to the food pantries of Norfolk, Wentham, and Plainville, along with families from our building that are being adopted by KPMS.
Homerooms were divided into 5 teams announced last week, and the students are really getting into the competition. The team with the greatest amount of collected items will receive the coveted food drive trophy at this year's pep rally.
The food drive runs through Friday, November 13th.
On Wednesday, November 25th, we will have a half day of school. On this day, there will be a pep rally. During the pep rally, the Student Council will be running Minute to Win It competitions, and we want you to participate.
You may be asking, what is a Minute to Win It competition?
Great question!
Students will have the chance to take part in a series of 60-second challenges that use objects that are commonly used around the house. For instance, we may ask students to pull tissues out of a tissue box with one hand and see who would be the first to complete the task. Or we may ask students to keep 3 balloons off the ground in a minute to see who could handle the juggle.
We need students to be able to have the minute to win it in competitions. Therefore, on Monday, the Student Council will be in the cafeteria selling raffle tickets for 25 cents. Each ticket you buy will add another ticket with your name on it in the raffle. Teachers are already signed up to participate. All of the money we collect will go to the families in need for the upcoming holidays, so the more participation, the merrier.
Here's an example of a Minute to Win It competition to get you excited.
The goal is to pull tissues out of a tissue box one at a time with one hand and see who will be the first to complete the task. On your mark, get set, go.
1, 2.
The goal is to keep 2 balloons off the ground in a minute and see who can handle the juggle.
On your mark, get set, go.
And now it's time for this week's Something to Think About. This week's Something to Think About is a quote from Marvin J. Ashton that will help us transition into our week of kindness next week. It goes as follows. If we could look into each other's hearts and understand the unique challenges each of us faces, I think we would treat each other much more gently and with more love, passion, tolerance, and care.
If you're absent when school pictures were taken or just want new pictures,
the picture makeup day is Tuesday, November 17th.
If you are exchanging your pictures, just bring the old picture package with you and you will be able to get a new one.
This week, a representative from the pastry company gave a presentation to the 7th grade students.
To show the prizes students can earn by selling pastries to raise money for beneficial school programs and activities. The more pastries you sell, the more prizes you can earn.
So sell those pastries to help raise money for KPMS.
Okay, when are the forms and money due back at school? Second row here. November 20th. So you get, for every 3 items you sell, you get a raffle ticket for a Patriot Place gift card or an iPad mini. All right, what will the money that you raise be used for? Third row. Yes, you. What's that? Fun activities, speakers, student enrichment, those kind of. So if your whole homeroom participates, you get to pick a spirit day, and the top selling homeroom gets a pizza party.
Permission slips for the Museum of Science field trip for 7th graders were handed out in homeroom earlier this week. Remember, the sign forms are due Monday, November 9th. Please turn them in to your homeroom teacher.
Good morning, KPMS. Mr. Jones here.
And Ms. McIntyre here.
And we are here before you today as the advisors for the student ambassadors, and we are going to inform you about something that's happening next week in our building. It's known as World Kindness Week. And this is basically an opportunity for us to show how much kindness we can flood the building with. And so to kick off World Kindness Week, we are going to host a Spirit Day on Monday, November 9th. And so we are asking that on this day, to show that we are such a spirited community and such a kind community, we are going to ask everybody to wear purple, since purple is the color that's oftentimes associated with the World Kindness Movement. So wear purple on Monday.
In addition to that, on Monday in your homeroom classes, you are going to find these envelopes with peer recognition slips. This is an opportunity for you to recognize your peers, people you see in the hallway, other students that you may not know, for some simple random act of kindness. It can be any easy task, but recognizing them could make all the difference in their day as well as the task that they completed. And then eventually we will create, as student ambassadors, a bulletin board displaying all of the random acts of kindness that you have recognized as students.
Additionally, every day next week during SAT, your SAT teachers are going to play a video that's been selected by us as part of our World Kindness Week video series. And so these videos show you different acts of kindness that have been performed by people in and around our nation. And the point of showing you these videos is so that you can be inspired not only to perform acts of kindness within our school, but also in our greater, wider community as well.
And finally, you will notice throughout the building, the student ambassadors have posted these kindness quotes in the library, in the cafeteria, in the hallways, in an opportunity, in hopes to flood the building with yet another level of kindness. So this week, just take a second, stop, read a quote, and reflect what it means to you as a member of the KPMS community. So thank you so much. We look forward to seeing the completely flooded building with kindness next week and purple on Monday.
Next Wednesday, November 11th, is Veterans Day. In observance for this holiday, school will be closed. Veterans Day is a public holiday that is dedicated to honoring anyone who has served in the United States military. The holiday began as a day to remember the end of World War I and was declared a holiday by President Woodrow Wilson in 1919. Originally known as Armistice Day, the holiday became Veterans Day in 1954. Attention homeroom teachers! Please be sure that your attendance is submitted.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. The pledge will be followed by a short